Perfect. So welcome everyone in the AWS Solution Architecture Associate training. So today is our first day and we are going to start from very scratch. Don't worry about anything about the future session, about the lab, about the syllabus. Today is your first day and I will tell you everything in the first day. Generally in training, first day and last day are very, very important. So I hope you will listen to me carefully. Most of the people are new for me in this training, from different countries. So let me give you my introduction. I have 6 years of experience, 4 years on cloud and network security, and 2 years as a NOC engineer. I train near about 35,000 people across the world in a different track. So I am providing the training for networking like routing and switching enterprise, and network security like CCNA security, CCNP security, Palo Alto checkpoint, and automation training as well. So here, while I was in India, I worked with a Dimension Data India Private Limited, and my client was a Deutsche Bank. I have this many of certification. I have not added my Palo Alto certification over here. So I did my CCIRNS return in 2018, CCNP in 2015, CCN in 2014, and I did my CCNS CCNP enterprise and security in between 2015 to 2021. And I did my AWS solution architecture professional in this February 2021. I will show you the certification. Currently, I'm in Canada and working in Canada. Yeah, so this is just a short introduction about me. Now let me begin the session. Yes, so content, what we will discuss today. Today we will discuss why AWS, because many of you are fresher and you don't know that why should we have to learn the AWS, what are the benefits of this AWS certification, and how many types of AWS certificates are there, which kind of exam guide, like I will give you the exam guidelines and syllabus and about the job market. Now, who is the solution architecture for? Many people in this session who are completely new in the cloud. Many people are working as a network engineer. Many people are working as a cloud engineer. Many people are working as a database engineer, are developer, and few are fresher as well. Yes. So if you are working as a in IT field means if you're working as a network or security or database or developer or website developer or application developer or in any of the IT field, you can go with the AWS. If you put your some effort to learn the cloud, you will definitely learn the cloud. And here I put for fresher. Yes, this is for fresher, but here terms and conditions apply. If you're completely fresher, then it is fine, but you must have from technical background, like from IT engineering background or BCA background or MCA background. That means if you are the IT person and if you are completely fresher, you can learn the AWS solution architecture associate. Correct? So all the people, those who are in this domain, you can learn the cloud. Then so this is for AWS. So especially we will talk about the AWS, but if it is required, I will also give you the introduction about the Azure and GCP. Yeah. Now, what are AWS certification? As per the AWS, validates the cloud expertise to help the professional highlight in demand skills and organization build effective, innovative team for cloud initiative using the AWS. And what actually the AWS certification mean? AWS certification says that you have a certain level of cloud knowledge and skills, and that you have demonstrated that by passing the certification exam. Here, we will talk in detail about this point, but here to pass the AWS exam is not compulsory. If you have excellent knowledge in the cloud, and if you don't have a certification also, you will get a job in cloud. You can take my example. When I have attended the interview with Amazon, at that time I don't have AWS associate level certification as well, but I know the AWS because I'm working on the AWS since last 4 years, correct? And last year I attended the interview. So here, what are the AWS certifications? Means if you have excellent knowledge in the cloud, then certification is not required. But if you will do the certification, it will put some star in your CV. Correct. So here I have mentioned that this makes them a valuable shorthand for the cloud professional recruiters and the employers. Correct. So this thing you have to keep in mind. The people who are saying that should have to go with the certification. Yes, if you are interested to take certificate, then otherwise your knowledge is more than enough. Now, many people have a doubt, that are AWS certification worth it? So what you says, like it worth it if you pass the AWS exam? uh, will you get a job? Especially people are talking about the job, correct? So you enroll for the AWS training, so it is my responsibility to tell you that whatever you are learning from me, it worth it. Yes, it makes some sense. So let me say yes, a certification won't land your job on its own, but it will certainly help your chances. Here, this I have written based on my experience. A certification won't lead you a job on its own, but it will certainly help your chances to get a job. As we found in our State of Cloud Learning report, that 82% of hiring managers says that cloud certificates makes a candidate more attractive. 87% value hands-on experience and cloud certifications more than university degrees when evaluating the candidates. If you'll say in your CV that I did my BEIT, and if you will say that I did my AWS Solution Architecture Associate, correct? So that your bachelor degree is less worth than your AWS certificate. Why? Because when I did my Bachelor of Engineering, at that time, I don't know anything about the cloud, because cloud is new technology, correct? Released by the different vendor. So the people who are saying that if I'll go with the AWS certification, does it worth it? Yes, it. Furthermore, 52% of certified individuals says that they should expanded their career opportunities. 80% of those identified a higher salary as a direct result of getting their certification. Getting cloud certified has a positive benefits for a job performance as well. So certified cloud pros report that their expertise is more shout after that they are more productive and faster to troubleshoot the problem. So if you have any question that if I will go with this training or if I'll go with this certification, it will help me or not? Yes, it will definitely help you. Yes. Now, how to get the AWS certified? Very, very important. This slide is very, very important for you. Yes. So here, how do you get AWS certified? First, identify the AWS certification you are after. There are many, I will show you, there are many, from the foundational AWS certified cloud practitioner to advanced specialist certificates in topics including the data analytics, security, and machine learning. Even there are, DevOps, AWS in security, AWS in data science, AWS in networking, AWS in advanced networking. There are so many certification, but which certification I have to do first? From where I have to start? If you see, if you are moving from your networking to cloud, or if you're moving from your security to cloud, then the important thing is that which certification I have to do first. That is important. If you choose the wrong track, then it might be possible that you are at the end you will not be able to connect the dots. So first you will decide that which certification you have to do. Then next, prepare for your certification exam. So definitely, if you are preparing for the certification exam, that means you will take training from some institutes, like you people are taking the training from me. We have courses, covering all of the AWS certification to help you build the knowledge and skills you will need, as well as practice exam to make sure you are ready for the exam. Once you will finish this training, I promise, I 100% damn sure that you will pass the exam. Second thing, you will get the job. If you will not pass the exam, also you will get a job. That is guaranteed from my side, correct? Because in examination, it depends on you. If you work very hard, definitely you will pass the exam. But again, here, to be honest and to be transparent, if you will not pass the exam also, once you will finish your AWS training, you will definitely get the job. Finally, sit for your certification exam. Exam can either be taken in person at testing center or via online proctoring. Exam cost between 100 and 300 depending on the specific certification which you are taking. Correct? Like if you are going for AWS Solution Architecture Associate, it will cost you $150. If you go with the professional, it will go you, it will cost you $300. So which kind of exam you are taking, based on that you have to pay, and you are paying this fees to the AWS, not to the trainer. Now once you pass the exam, you are certified. AWS will even provide you with a snazzy tokenized certification. I will show you my certification that you can post on LinkedIn, on your CV, and at other fancy locations. That means once you will pass the exam, you will get the certification, you will get the kit in which you will get the t-shirt from the Amazon, and that proper AWS kit, you will get it. So if you are looking for the exam, it is compulsory for you that first you have to identify the AWS certification, which, from where I have to start. Then you have to prepare for the certification, then you have to sit for the examination, and then you will pass the examination. What if I will fail the examination? Many times I failed. Correct? Here, if you will fail an exam, then what will happen? Then no worry. If you will fail, suppose if you fail, you will learn more. Correct? Next time you will prepare in detail, like I did in my CCN. After preparing for 10 months, I failed in my CCN exam, and from there I started my journey, and because of that I am good in network and security nowadays. Correct? So this is all about the certification. Let me give you the detailed idea about the examination. Correct? Right now we are only talking about the examination, but because at the end you have to go for the exam. So if you are looking for AWS Solution Architecture Associate exam, then you have to consider these 5 topics. First, design the resilient architecture. It will include 34%. Define performance architecture. It includes 24%. Specify secure applications and architecture, 26%. Design cost optimized architecture, 10%. And define the operationally excellent architecture, 6%. I know that right now you don't know anything. Correct? You don't know what do you mean by this one, what do you mean by this one. So don't worry, this is just 100%, that how which topic cover how many percentage. Next, exam guide response type. When you will go for the AWS Solution Architecture Associate exam, how many questions will be there in examination? When I appeared for the professional exam, I had the same number of questions. That is 65 questions. So in this, which kind of questions I will get? You will get multiple choice question. Means you will get the 4 option, and out of 4 option, you have to choose 1. So choose 1 out of 4. Next, multiple response. Choose 2 or more out of 5. That means they will give you the 5 options, and out of 5 you have to choose 2. So you will get this kind of questions, and you will get this kind of questions. Right now I am talking about the AWS Solution Architecture Associate, not professional. When we will start the training, in each and every topic, I will tell you that these questions will be asked in examination. This questions is important for interview. This question is important for the examination. If you completely focus on each and every session, and after that, when you will go for the examination, it will be very easy. You know why? Because you know, whatever the important topics like S3, C2, I will tell you that this is the important for examination. Don't worry about the interview. Correct? As I told you, I will also tell you that from lab part, you know, which kind of questions the recruiter will ask you. From theory, which kind of questions they are expecting from you as a fresher. Correct? So when you will go for the exam, you will get 65 questions. Now, what about the passing score? Yes. Can anyone tell me why I have written this sign? Why I have written this sign? You know, the examination will be based on the 1000 points. And if you want to pass the exam, the minimum score is 720. Many people, 99% people don't know about this one. But let me tell you, sometimes in exceptional case, if you'll get proper 720, you will fail. Don't worry, you will not fail. But this sign says that if you will get 72%, that means you will get this grade. In foreign countries like Canada, USA, UK, you know, they have grading system. Grading system will start with A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus, and sorry, C plus, C and C minus. If you are getting A plus, suppose if you got A plus, means you are not only the single person who got A plus. It may be possible that many people got the A plus. Correct. And in most of all the foreign universities and colleges, the passing score is 72%. Passing score is 72%. So Amazon also follow the same rules. Amazon also follow the same rules. Amazon says that if you want to pass your AWS solution architecture exam, you must need 720 out of 1000 points. Don't worry, you will pass. If you get 720, you will pass the exam. I don't know my score. I will show you my score. Don't worry. Correct. So keep in mind this one. And now next, exam guide, white paper. I promise you that if you'll follow the material which I will give you, theory material, lab material, some extra material, no need to go through this white paper. But let me promise you one more thing, that when you will really, you know, when you will realize that AWS is very interesting, then you will go with this paper. White paper means what? White paper means one kind of research paper, one kind of dissertation paper. Correct. So as I mentioned over here, the material and books which I will provide are enough to pass the exam and crack the interview. Definitely 100%. You will pass the exam as well as you will crack the interview as well. But still, if anyone is interested to go with the white paper, you can just follow this documentation. You will get this PPT, so don't worry about it. Correct. If you like, and even I suggest you to no need to go through the white paper as well. If you'll go on the AWS website and you will search, you will get all the materials for each and every topics, for each and every lab. You will get the material. But still, if you want to go with this one, you can go. Yeah. Now this is very, very important. Yes, I know that all the people, those who are in session, I'm not taking the name. So many people don't know that from where I have to start. If you know about the networking, in network, you know, when Cisco started the examination, they started with the ICND1, then ICND2. Now, if you don't want to go for this examination, you can go with the CCNA directly. Then you have to go with the CCNP. Then you have to go with the CCI. Nowadays, this examination is not available. Nowadays, first you have to go with the CCNA, then you have to go with the CCNP, then you have to go with the CCI. So what about the AWS? correct? If I want to go for the exam from like how many certifications are there in AWS. So here you can see, you have to start from here. Foundational means what? Means like your ICND1, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. If you are completely fresher, if you have zero knowledge in the cloud, or I can say that if you don't know anything about the networking or security, even you don't know what is OSI model and then all things, then you have to go with this one. Not compulsory. But if you want to start, you can start. So here they have not mentioned the optional, you can see, but here they have mentioned the optional. AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner in architecture, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner as a developer, AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner as a operations. Can you see? And this is completely AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. That means if you want to enter into the cloud field, you can start from here. But if you are the developer, let's say you are the Python developer or website developer or application developer, then you have to start from here. If you are working in the operational field, then you have to start from here. But what I suggest you to start with this one. If you're completely fresher, even you don't know what is cloud, but if you know something about the cloud, or in short, if you're from IT field, if you're network engineer, security engineer, then you must have to start from here. Why? Because if you start from here, then you will go for the exam, then you will, you are spending a lot of money. But if you are from IT field, then you can start from here. AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate. AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate. So all the people, those who are network security, automation, SD-WAN, this is compulsory for everyone. Learning is compulsory. I'm not talking about the certification. Correct? And if you are developer, let's say you have 3 or 5 years of experience in the developing, correct, Java developer, .NET, C++, or whatever, then you have to go with this one, AWS Certified Developer Associate. Or if you are from SysOps, then you have to go with this one. Right now, you all people enroll for this one, AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate. Now, people says that once you will finish your associate, get 1 to 2 years of experience, then go for the professional. I have not appeared for this exam. I directly appeared for this exam. So yes, Amazon allow you to directly go with the AWS Solution Architecture Professional exam. But here I appeared for the professional exam after I got the 4 years of experience. Correct? So the first step is this one. The second step is this one. These are the role-based certification. Role-based means what? You are security engineer, you are DevOps engineer, you are architecture, you are working in operational field. The first step is this one, and next step is this one. I promise if you learn AWS Solution Architecture Associate in detail with proper lab, with the proper theory, then you will be motivated by yourself to go with the professional. So let me compare this associate. Let me compare this associate with CCNA. And let me compare this professional with CCNP. So all the people, those who are from networking, you know very well about the CCNA. So you can consider this certification as a CCNA certification only. First you have to do this one, and then you have to go with this one. After that also, if you want to do this one, or if you want to do this one, or if you want to do any certification, like in SysOps, here they have to mention the SysOps. So you can go with any field, but it is compulsory for every person to go with AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate exam. Correct? So role-based certification. Any questions so far? You all are so silent. Huh? Are you there? Hello, Biru?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
all the champion, my champion, CCNP Security, CCNP Enterprise people, Happy Chocha from Zambia. Are you there?
I'm very much around, sir.
Thank you so much. And let me see.
Very much.
Yeah, Sushan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
Listening.
much. Listening. Excellent. Perfect. So don't worry. This is your first session. Don't worry. This is your first session. And don't think that this is the first session and I'm speaking very professionally. Don't worry. Now I'm ready with all the materials for all the tracks. So you will get this all things. Just listen to me carefully in the session number 1. From tomorrow, you have to speak more than me. Today I will speak. From tomorrow, you have to speak. Correct. So this is about the certification. Now let me move into the next slide. Now, specialty certification. As I told you just before, specialty certification means what? Here you can see AWS Certified Advanced Networking Specialty. Many people across the world, those who are good in networking, they will go with this certification. Many people in our batch also, there are few people who are belongs to database, data warehouse, metadata, RDS, DynamoDB. So if you are from networking field, you can go with this one. If you are from database field, you can go with this one. So specialty certification. Suppose if anyone is saying that I want to directly go with this certification, AWS Certified Advanced Networking Specialty. So if you are saying that if you want to do directly advanced networking, then specialty certification require one active role-based certification. Means what? Which certifications are role-based certification? The certification which we have just discussed. Are you getting me what I'm saying? I am saying that if you want to go for any specialty certification, you must need at least one role-based certification. That means if you will do AWS Solution Architecture Associate, and then if you want to go for this one, you can, but without any role-based certification, you cannot go with this certification. Correct? And that's why its name is nothing but the specialty certification. Correct. So these certifications are not required right now for you people. Right now you have to focus on this one. Then now certification overview again. Architecting exam validate the technical knowledge for solutions architecture, solutions design engineer, and anyone who designs application and system on AWS. Developing exams validate the technical knowledge for software developer who develop cloud applications on AWS. I promise we will discuss so many applications which are created by developer. The best example is nothing but the Lambda. The best example is nothing but the Lambda. The second best example is nothing but the cloud formation. Right now, you don't know what is Lambda, what is cloud formation, but when we'll start discussing the services one by one, you will get it. Operations. Operations exams validate the technical knowledge for SysOp administrator, system administrator, and those in a DevOps role who create the automatable and repeatable deployments of the applications, networks, and system on the AWS platform. Correct. So certifications are also based on this one: architecture, developer, and operations. Next, why learn the AWS? You cannot believe since last 2 days I'm getting hundred of inquiry for the AWS. Correct. So you might be thinking that why people are moving on to the AWS. When you will realize that after doing the CCNA security, CCNA enterprise, no one is calling you for the job. No one, even recruiter will not look at your CV also nowadays if you have not put or if you have not mentioned AWS or Python. You know why? Because each and every person, those who are in IT field, they are nowadays they are certified with a CCNA security or CCNA enterprise. Correct. So that's the reason I have prepared this slide that why learn AWS. So AWS is the largest. You can see I have mentioned AWS is the largest public cloud provider. Public, I'm using the word public cloud provider, like GCP, like Google is a public cloud, correct? So AWS is the largest public cloud provider, and if you are going to be learning the cloud, it's the natural place to start. I promise one thing, that once you will learn the AWS, after that you join any company. Let's say you finish your AWS solution architecture associate, and then when you will go for the job, and in your company you will find that they are using the GCP, Google Cloud, they are using the Azure, they are using the IBM Cloud, they are using the Cisco Cloud. So don't worry. If you know the AWS, that means you are king in cloud. It doesn't matter. It is GCP cloud or Azure cloud or IBM cloud or Cisco cloud. Why I am saying this? Not because I'm teaching you the AWS. No, I'm also teaching, I also teach the GCP and Azure. But I am talking about the AWS. Why? Because when I started working with the AWS in 2016, 17, correct? And when at that time when I was doing the practice in my free account, so at that time, the console was totally different. And nowadays, the console is totally different. Even the PDF, which I will share with you, in that PDF also, you will find that, oh my God, Jagdish given me the PDF, the console is changed. And when you will log in your AWS account and when you will check, the console will be different. So here I am saying that AWS are nowadays in backend, all the people, those who are working in AWS, they are developing new things. They are making each and everything user friendly. They are just thinking that how I can satisfy to my client. So if you are thinking to learn any cloud, I suggest you to go with this cloud. And if you work in tech, learning cloud is probably a good idea. Cloud adaptation has ramped up steadily over the last decade, since last 10 years. And most companies are now running at least this line is very, very important. And most of the companies are now running at least some number of their workloads on public cloud providers like AWS. You will not get a single company in which if they have more than 20 employees and they're not using any cloud-based services. If they have more than 20 employees, that means definitely they are putting something on cloud. They are using at least any one service from the cloud. So cloud is growing so fast that there is a significant talent crunch. There simply are not enough skilled cloud professional. This line is very, very important to cover the demand. That means there is a more demand in cloud and less number of people are available. Correct? So learning AWS will give you a broad appeal among prospective employees. So you are on right track if you plan to learn the AWS. Next, who use the AWS? Very, very important. Who will use who are using the AWS nowadays? Listen, everybody use the AWS. Even I am using the AWS. Even you are in my session because of the AWS. Can anyone tell me? Just I need one answer. Why I said that you people are join this Zoom meeting because of the cloud. Any intelligent person, any person who connect these all dots and can answer me. I said correct that you are in this session because of the cloud. You are using one cloud services. Yes, Sunil Pandey, I'm expecting the answer from you.
Yes, my answer is even their servers are deployed on AWS, the Zoom servers,
Excellent.
and where they are storing their data and a lot of things
Excellent.
they are storing in AWS, and that is what we are using.
I'm expecting the answer from you, my dear. Whatever, who said, let me say, what's your name? Your Sunil Pandey. He is one of the brilliant person from Germany. Yes. When I spoke with him, he said everything and is very good, excellent in AWS. Still he joined his, he joined our session, and that is, that is outstanding. And as he said that Zoom, correct, you all people are connected on Zoom right now. So what I am saying that you are you are able to join this meeting because of Zoom. Can anyone tell me Zoom comes under which kind of service? Software as a service, or platform as a service, or infrastructure as a service? Your answer can be 2 or your answer can be only 1. Yes. Yes.
Software as a service.
Software as a service. You can say Zoom is a software as a service. Correct? Because Zoom is one kind of software. So if you are connected with me in this session, that means you are already using the cloud and you don't know that you are using the cloud. So according to the, like here I have written that according to the Flexera 2021 State of the Cloud report, 87% of organizations are using the AWS in at least some capacity. 87%. That means near about 90%. Only 10% companies are not using the cloud-based services. Many of the world's largest and most well-known companies use the AWS, including Netflix, of course, Disney, General Electric, BMW, Samsung, Reddit, Sony, Capital One, to name but a few. Even I can say NASA, correct? They are using the AWS services. They are using the AWS services. So don't worry. Once you will finish your AWS, if you'll get a simple job also, then you will grow. It may be possible that you will directly get the job in AWS with handsome salary package. Correct? So you can see that some name which I mentioned over here, these all companies are using the AWS services somewhere, somehow. Now, like you all people are thinking about the materials for this training. So let me show you the excellent lab guide and the theory PPT that you will get after each and every session. So this is your day 1 PPT. I have all the PPT day wise and topic wise. So you will get the same PPT, whatever the PPT I'm showing you right now, you will get this PPT after, within the 5 minutes after completion of our session. Yes, so I will show you the lab guide as well. I will show you the PPT as well. I will show you the examination that like which kind of domain and which kind of questions you will get in your exam. And this is our tomorrow's topic. From tomorrow we will completely start the AWS or cloud. Correct. First I will give you the introduction to cloud, then I will show you that where you will perform the lab, AWS lab portal. For this one you don't have to pay single money until and unless you are not using any paid service. Tomorrow we will discuss about the AWS regions and AWS availability zone, and from tomorrow we will start with our first topic or first service in AWS cloud. Correct. So before moving, so far you have any question? If you have any question, you are free to ask me. If you don't have a question, let me ask you the questions. So before asking any questions, let me show you. So once you will be certified, either associate or professional, you will get this kind of certification, and the validity of this certification is 3 years. Yes, here Amazon issued this certification on February 11, 2021. Expiry date is 2024. Correct. So you will get this certification. Now let's talk about the Cisco, or sorry, let's talk about the AWS blueprint. I'm teaching the Cisco, so it's fine. You can see AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate Exam Blueprint. Now this is very, very important. Correct. Once you will finish your training, whatever the topics are mentioned over here, I will cover each and every topic in detail. Correct. So here they have mentioned that AWS Certified Solution Architecture Associate exam is intended for individuals who perform a solution architecture role. Correct. And this exam validates an examiner's ability to identify and gather requirements in order to define a solution to be built using the architecture best practice and provide the guidance on architectural best practice to developers and system administrators throughout the life cycle of the project. So these are the things that we will do, and this is a general IT knowledge. Correct. If you heard somewhere about the RDBMS or ESB or CDN or LAN or WAN or API or XML, JSON, NET, ACL, HTTP, OSI model, open system interconnection network. Correct. Here, if you want to go with the AWS certification, you just need this general IT knowledge. correct? So let me go over here and let me show you something interesting. Now this one is very, very important. The table below lists the domains measured by this examination and the extent to which they are represented. So design high availability, how we will design your network based on the cloud, how it will be a cost efficient. Fault tolerance means full redundancy. Scalable system, that means if you want to add or if you want to remove something, will it affect to your entire network? Implementation and deployment 10%, data security 20%, troubleshooting 10%, total it will be 100%. I will cover this whole domain. I will cover this whole domain with the lab and with the practical. We will implement the security, we will do the troubleshooting while we will perform the lab as well. And as I told you that response limit, the test will be with the multiple choice questions, multiple response, single choice, you know, you know, you have to choose one option, you have to choose multiple option, and simple direction examines, reads the statement or questions, and from the response of options select only one options that represent the correct answer, correct? So these are the content limits. You can see how to design the cloud services. So I will share with you, don't worry, correct? You will get this one. If I talk about the design highly availability, cost efficient, fault tolerant, scalable system, then we will discuss about this all things. You can see over here. Yes, you can see the disaster recovery design and demand and reserved and RTO and high availability cost, Amazon relational database system, EC2, and I can say VPC, auto scaling SQS, SNS, ELB, CloudFront, CloudTrail, X-Ray, implementation and deployment, how you will implement your first EC2 instance, how you will create your first bucket in S3, what is elastic beanstalk, what is the ops work, what is VPC, how to do the communication between two different VPC, more than two different VPC, what is IAM, correct? How to move the data from one service to another service. If these two services are totally independent, there is no relation between two services, and still if you want to migrate the data, how you will migrate the data, how to configure the Amazon machine image, I will show you. And about the data security, if you are from CCNA or CC, if you did your CCNP security, then it will be very much useful for you to understood everything. Here we will discuss about the access control list. Here we will discuss about the IB, you know, IAM, VPC, CloudTrail. So you can see the firewall, even the VPN part, access control list part, correct? Encryption, IPsec. So this domain is belongs to data security, and domain number 4 is nothing but the troubleshooting. So this both more or less are same, but you know, this is the short this is the short introduction about whatever the topics which we will discuss. We will discuss near about 20 services, we will perform near about 20 labs, correct? And after each and every session, as I told you, you will get this session's complete recorded session. Today I will upload this PDF, I will upload this theory PPT. And the people, you know, before joining the session, many people are asked that, sir, which kind of material we will get, you know, for the lab part. So let me tell you that this is just one lab which I've created, correct, for Elastic Compute Cloud EC2. So you will get this kind of lab once you will finish the session. And if you are 20 minutes time after the session, within 20 minutes, if you follow the same steps which I have mentioned in the PDF, you are able to perform the lab. But again, while you perform the lab, if you'll think twice, you know, before choosing any options, if you'll think that why I am choosing these options, you will get in detail knowledge. So after each and every session, if you are performing the lab and if you have found any issue, at the same time, you can send the screenshot to me one-to-one, not in our group. Next session, we will discuss that, you know, that part first, and then we will start the new topic. So after each and every session, if you have any questions, you can watch the video again, you can perform the lab. If you have any questions, you are free to ask me tomorrow. Even you can search the interview questions from the Google. You can just search on the Google that what kind of interview questions or any questions related to AWS, and you can ask me next day. I'm ready to answer your each and every question. It doesn't matter, it is theoretical questions or practical questions or live scenario based questions or project based questions, correct? So this is just a sample lab for our first lab, that is your EC2 instance. So here I mentioned step by step, each and everything step by step, that what you have to do first. You have to do select first this one, then you have to select the Amazon machine image, then you have to select the instance type, then you have to fill up this all configuration detail, then you have to go with the storage part, then you have to select the, you have to add the text manually, and then you have to configure the security. Then here I have mentioned, you can see, just use the, review all the details about our instance, read all details about instance and click launch. When you will click launch, it will get the following dialog box. So here, when you will perform this task, you have to follow these instructions, correct? So when you will follow this instruction, even I have mentioned that you have to type the name, your key name or key pair name, correct? So you have to follow this lab PDF, and after launching you will get this instance ID. So this is just an, one simple lab that tomorrow, probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we will do this one. So I have each and every lab like this one, correct? So don't worry that I'm showing you this lab, so I have only one lab. No, I have all the labs like this only, and I have all the theory PPT like this only. So this is your first session, correct? So first session is very, very important. People are just skipping the first session. If you skip the first session, you will never come to know that what we are going to discuss, which kind of exam, because you are in this training because you want to pass the certification and you are looking for a job, correct? So either two reasons, either you need a job or you just need a certification, or you need a both. So if you're looking for both, I promise, as I said, once we will finish this training, you can go for the exam, you can go for the interview. Once this training will finish, at the end, I will give you the, we will conduct one session on CV writing, that how to, because if you're network or security engineer, I know that you have a CV, correct? You already have CV, you already applied, that CV, you already sent that CV to many HR and to many employers. But if you're completely fresher in this cloud, I will tell you, we will together, build one CV based on the cloud role, either the, the cloud associate or cloud professional or cloud security engineer or just an cloud engineer. And one session, at last two session, one is based on the CV writing and one is based on the real-time interview questions, correct? So I will ask you the interview questions based on whatever the topics we have discussed. Yes, Sudhar, Manish, no worry, correct? So we will do one session on the interview questions and answers, and we will also do one session on the CV writing. So but that will be at the end of our syllabus. Why? Because right now you don't know that which service you have to put, and which service you don't have to put, correct? So any questions in our first day one session? If you have any questions, you are free to ask me any questions related to our upcoming session or related to exam or related to our topics or any question. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, Nitin.
Sir, after completion, complete
Mhm.
the AWS,
Mhm.
how many type the experience in CV?
Sorry, how to?
कितने साल के experience अपन count कर सकते हैं मतलब CV में?
If you have experience in cloud, you can put your experience as a cloud engineer. If you don't have experience in cloud, you can say I am fresher in cloud. Let's say you have 2 years of experience as a security engineer. So of course, whenever you will prepare your CV, you will mention your all the past experience, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So when you will mention your past experience, so if you don't have any experience, 0-day experience in cloud, then you have to mention I have no experience in the cloud. But they are not looking for the person who know the cloud. You know why? Because let's say you are for the AWS, correct?
Yes.
So AWS need networking. Do you have experience in networking?
No, sir.
Okay. AWS needs security. You have experience in security?
No, sir.
No. AWS need experience in Python. So you have experience in Python?
No, sir.
So you tell me, in which field you have experience?
No, and
You are completely fresher, correct? So if
yeah.
you are completely fresher, then you have to mention your skills, your degree, and your whatever the educations you have. So this thing we will discuss for fresher as well, correct?
Okay.
In the last day, we will discuss about this one, that if you're completely fresher, if you don't know anything, and you directly, that means here you are saying that you have to directly move into the cloud. So for this one also, we will prepare your CV.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but right now you don't know that which service I have to mention in CV, correct? Because you don't know any services. So if you don't know the
Yeah.
services, how you will mention this in the CV?
So actually, past experience है Linux and AWS pressure.
Yes. Now you said one word. What?
Yes.
Linux, which is required for AWS.
Okay.
Yes. Any other question
Yes.
from anyone? Yep. Any question?
Yes, I have one question. So,
Yes, Sunil.
as you mentioned, like we are going to do some lab practice as well.
Mhm.
And so, do we need to create a new AWS
My
like
dear,
account?
I will tell you tomorrow.
Okay, no, I'm just asking, like the things that we are, I think, going to cover, those will come under free tier, right?
Yes, it will come under the
Okay.
free tier. Absolutely
Okay.
correct.
Okay, and like some advanced topic like EKS and also those things we are not going to cover here.
No, it is associate, so will not cover that.
Okay, so that will
Yes.
come under like professional, right?
Professional, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, any other question? You are free to ask me any question. Don't hesitate, don't sigh, because you are far away from me and you don't know anyone. Correct, Praveen don't know Pratik, Pratik don't know Karan. So you are free to ask. Yes, happy Chocha.
We
Please.
have AWS regions here in Africa.
Yeah, you are in Zambia, correct?
Zambia.
So total they have 22 regions. So you can search based on your location, because I'm in Canada. So in Canada they have a region, in Mumbai they have a region, USA they have a region, and total 22 regions are there. And currently they are building many regions, but three regions, like three regions which I know. One region they are preparing in Hyderabad, India. One is in Kolkata, and one they are preparing in Dubai as well. So tomorrow I will show you that based on the location, that how many availability zones and regions are there. So right now you can consider they have a 25 total regions, but in AWS portal they will show you 22 regions. Why? Because these three are under process.
Someone has mentioned that South Africa is also taken up.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. Might be Amazon are preparing or creating one data center in near to your locations. Even I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So here also they are in next year in 2022 they are planning to start one data center in Halifax, Dartmouth. Dartmouth is one place in Nova Scotia, Halifax. So they are planning to create one database, one data center over here. So right now Amazon are just creating the data center across the world. The only reason is that if you are from Zambia and if you put your database into the India, so it is very difficult for you to access the data, correct? You will get the latency, packet drops, and so many things. So for that they are just creating the new data center across the world. Tomorrow we will discuss more on it.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Any other question? Biru, Praveen, Satyam, Sunil, Sushan, Uday, Vijendra.
Oh, what do you have another class for the professional level?
Yes, sir. I have a trick for AWS Solution Architecture Professional as well.
Awesome.
Yes, I have. Don't worry. And don't think that this is your first session and we have not discussed anything technically. Correct? If I'll start technically, if I'll start teaching you technically from first session only, then you will be bored. Correct? So don't worry about it. You can join tomorrow's session. You can join multiple sessions. And the best thing about this one is that once you will finish your training and after that you want to revise full training again, free of cost, you are most welcome. When you will come next time, the content will be same, but some extra knowledge will be added based on my experience. Yes, Bapi, you are from which country?
Cameroon.
Cameroon, yeah, Cameroon. So we have people from Germany, we have people from India, from Canada, from Shushan, she's from I think USA, correct? So we have many people, and I'm super excited to teach you the AWS. I'm really excited, because when more intelligent people are there in your session, there will be a more intelligent question. Correct? So you can see in the first session only, like people are asking the different questions, even they don't know anything about the AWS. So from tomorrow, when we'll start the AWS, I'm always expecting the multiple questions from you. If you'll ask me the questions, then I will reply. Correct. If you not ask me the questions, I will not say, because I don't know that which kind of questions you have in your mind. And as I said, you are free to open the Google in front of you. You can search the question and you can throw, you can throw the question towards me. I'm ready to answer your question. But you must have to come with the questions. If you will not come with the questions, I will ask you the questions and you have to reply. Yes, you can search, or if you any doubt on my certification or anything, you can search everything on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and you will find out all the details over there. Yes, no question, no doubt so far. So it's complete 1 hour. So can I close the session? We will meet tomorrow sharp at 9:30 p.m. IST. Yes, can I close the session now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.